Imagine a world of golden palaces, bustling marketplaces, and a kingdom that stretched across vast lands. Welcome to ancient Persia. About 2,500 years ago, the powerful King Xerxes ruled over this massive empire, filled with people from all walks of life and died. Introducing the story. Hey there, an Aspire family. It's time for another inspiring story. Today, we're diving into the incredible tale of Queen Esther from the Bible. But before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's inspire you with this amazing story of courage and faith. Now, picture this: King Xerxes is on the hunt for a new queen. But this isn't your typical royal matchmaking. Oh no! The king decides to host what we might call a royal beauty pageant. Young women from every corner of the kingdom are invited to the palace, each hoping to catch the king's eye. Among these hopeful candidates is a young woman named Esther. She's not just beautiful on the outside, but she's also incredibly kind and wise. As Esther nervously steps into the palace, there's something special about her that sets her apart from the rest. But Esther has a secret. She's Jewish, part of a community living quietly within the Persian Empire. Her cousin Mordecai, who raised her like his own daughter after her parents passed away, advised her to keep her background under wraps for now. So, Esther enters the palace, her true identity hidden behind her graceful demeanor. Can you believe what happens next? Out of all the women in the kingdom, King Xerxes chooses Esther to be his queen. The palace erupts in celebration as Esther is crowned. Her life forever changed in an instant. The story builds up. Everything seems perfect for Esther in her new role as queen. The palace is her home, and she's adored by the king. But as we often see in great stories, trouble is brewing just around the corner. Enter Haman, a man with a proud stride and a sneer that could curdle milk. King Xerxes promotes Haman to a high position in the kingdom, making him second in command. Haman loves the power and demands that everyone bow down to him. But there's one person who refuses to bend the knee: Mordecai, Esther's cousin. He won't bow to anyone except God, and this drives Haman absolutely crazy. Can you imagine how furious Haman must have been? His face probably turned as red as a pomegranate. Haman's anger doesn't stop at Mordecai. Oh no! He decides to take his revenge to a whole new level. He hatches an evil plan to destroy not just Mordecai, but all the Jewish people in the kingdom. Talk about holding a grudge. Haman convinces King Xerxes to issue a decree. On a specific day, all the Jews in the kingdom are to be killed. It's a terrifying moment for the Jewish community, and word quickly spreads of this impending doom. When Mordecai hears about this wicked plan, he knows there's only one person who might be able to save them: Queen Esther. He sends her an urgent message, explaining the dire situation and pleading for her help. Now, Esther faces a huge dilemma. She hasn't revealed her Jewish identity to anyone in the palace, not even the king. And there's another problem: no one, not even the queen, is allowed to approach the king without being summoned. Breaking this rule could mean death. But Mordecai's words ring in Esther's ears. Who knows if perhaps you were made queen for just such a time as this? It's a powerful moment of realization for Esther. She understands that her position as queen might be the key to saving her people. Esther makes a bold decision. She decides to approach the king, even if it means risking her life. But first, she asks all the Jews to fast and pray for her for 3 days. She and her maids will do the same. It's a tense time of preparation and spiritual strengthening. After 3 days, Esther puts on her royal robes and bravely walks to the king's inner court. The suspense is palpable. Will the king extend his golden scepter, allowing her to live and speak, or will her courageous act end in tragedy? To everyone's relief, King Xerxes welcomes Esther. He's so pleased to see her that he offers to grant her any request, up to half his kingdom. But Esther doesn't reveal her plan just yet. Instead, She invites the king and Haman to a special banquet. At the banquet, the king again asks Esther what she wants. Clever Esther invites them to a second banquet the next day, promising to reveal her request then. Can you imagine how curious the king must have been? And Haman? He's probably feeling pretty smug, being the only other person invited to the queen's exclusive parties. Finally, at the second banquet, the moment of truth arrives. Esther reveals her Jewish identity and exposes Haman's evil plot to destroy her people. The king is shocked and furious. He orders Haman to be punished, and the Jewish people are saved from destruction. It's a moment of triumph and relief. The tables have turned, and justice prevails. The Jewish people celebrate their deliverance, and to this day, they commemorate this event with the joyous festival of Purim. Esther's courage changed the course of history for her people. Her story teaches us so many valuable lessons. It shows us the power of standing up for what's right, even when it's scary. It reminds us that sometimes we're placed in positions of influence for a greater purpose. And it demonstrates how faith and bravery can overcome even the most daunting challenges. So, what can we learn from Queen Esther's story? First, we see that courage often means doing the right thing, even when it's risky. Esther could have stayed silent to protect herself, but she chose to speak up for others. Second, we learn that our unique positions or talents might be given to us for a specific purpose. Just like Esther was in the right place at the right time to save her people, we might find ourselves in situations where we can make a difference. Third, Esther's story shows us the power of community and faith. She didn't face her challenges alone, but asked for support through fasting and prayer. This reminds us that it is okay to lean on others and our beliefs when we face difficult times. Lastly, Esther's tale is a beautiful example of how wisdom and patience can be just as important as bold action. She didn't rush in with her request, but carefully planned her approach, demonstrating that sometimes the best solutions require thoughtful strategy. As we wrap up this inspiring story, let's think about how we can apply Esther's courage in our own lives. Are there situations where we need to speak up for what's right? Are we using our unique positions or talents to help others? How can we support our communities in times of need? Remember, you don't have to be a queen to make a difference. Each of us has the potential to be brave, to stand up for others, and to change the world around us, even if it's in small ways. So, Aspire family, let Esther's story inspire you to be courageous in your own life. Whether it's standing up to a bully, volunteering for a cause you believe in, or simply being kind to someone who needs it, you have the power to make a positive impact. Thank you for joining us for this incredible story from the Bible. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Share your thoughts and how Esther's story has inspired you in the comments below. Until next time, this is Aspire, where we let it inspire you to live with courage, faith, and purpose. See you in our next video.